So, what year are we really in? Jewish scholars say it's the year 5776. Actually, 2015 they said was 2015 they said was the Jubilee, 5776, which would make 2016 5777, which would have been pretty significant. But that's close, but not actually accurate. Most Jewish scholars and a lot of Hebrew Israelites who think that the world is only 6,000 years old use this time frame, and they say they either say we're 6,000 right now or 6,200 or somewhere in this range, and Jewish scholars say it's 5,776 in 2016, which would make 2020 5,781. Now the thing about this is all based on the earth only being 6,000 years old, and this is the time that Adam and Eve were created, 6,000 years ago. This is what young creationists teach. Young creationists is a term that means that they believe the earth is only 6,000 years old. In actuality, the world's ancient, and there have been many renewals. This 6,000 year period is when Adam and Eve came out from the Garden of Eden. So we're approaching 6,000 years of history. It's 6,000 years since Adam and Eve came out from the Garden of Eden, because they were eternal while in the Garden of Eden. It's only when they came out of the Garden of Eden, they entered time, terrestrial flesh was put upon them, and they began to procreate. So we're going to see that 2020 is actually, it's factually year 5977. The reason this is of significance is because 23 years, that would make 2043, the next Jubilee, 6,000 years of history. Significant because after 6,000 years begins 1,000 years on the seventh day, which is the seventh day millennial reign. So let's look at how we came to these numbers. So according to the King David version, 49th year of release was 1993 AD, which means the year of Jubilee was 1994, the last Jubilee. Okay, this time frame includes a generation of 40-year releases and Jubilees that goes from 1993 back to the year of release 33 AD. Of course, 33 AD is a significant year. It's the year of the resurrection, right? So 40, a generation of 40 year of releases, and each year of release 49 years, brings us back from 1993 all the way through these cycles to 33 AD. Now, if we go 49 jubilees, 49 year releases, each being 49 years, this goes back from 1993 to 408 BCE. And historically, this is when all the Israelite tribes were scattered except for a remnant of the 3 tribes that remained behind. So all but the last 3 of the tribes of Israel were scattered from the kingdom of Judah, and the Jubilees ceased. So the Jubilees ceased because Israel is no longer united, and Babylonian Jews now were converted and were now keeping the laws and statutes, but the Jubilees were no longer being kept. So from 996 BCE, the kingdom of David, to 408 BCE, that's 12 jubilees under the kingdom of David. So King David's rulership under the kingdom of Judah was from 996 BCE to 408 BCE. That's 12 jubilees under the kingdom of David. And now what we're doing is we're restoring those jubilees as it was with the Ancients of Days, and as was prophesied as the 49th year of release in 1993 AD. So, with the God of Israel, we know that the scriptures say a day can be as 1,000 years and 1,000 years as a day. So that's 3,000 years of history from 996 BC to present is 3,000 years, or 3 days. And of course, from David back to Adam, when Adam came out from the Garden of Eden, would be another 3,000 years, total of 6,000 years of history. But paying close attention to this 3,000 year period of time since the days of King David,